So before I get into the video too much, I wanted to bring up a couple things. I know that I said that I was going to be doing some stuff on the car, like taking the wheels off, getting them all cleaned up, seeing how good they look. The reason I haven't done anything like that yet is I got like a real hard date line to press for when I got the car, for when I had to leave for my trip. So I only got the car 5 days before I'm leaving on this trip, and between the days I had to work, getting everything ready for the trip, I just did not have the time to really do anything with the car at all. That's why the quick jacks are still sitting behind the car. I haven't even touched them yet since I got them. The other reason is because it's been pretty damn cold here. We have a high of mid-20s right now during the day. It's pretty cold out here, but I'm doing this content for you guys, for something for you to watch while I'm gone on my trip. When this video releases, I'll be a few days from coming home, and then I plan on, if the weather is improved, start doing stuff on the car, like getting the wheels pulled off and doing stuff like that. But today's video is about what are my plans with this car. What do I plan on doing with it? I'm going to go over some stuff that I need to change, stuff that I don't like about it, and some other modifications that I may or may not do. It kind of depends. So we'll see how this goes. The first thing that is changing about the car, I brought this up before, is the tint over the whole car. It's too dark for my state, so that's coming off. I'm going to have a friend retint it at his business and do just a strip on the top. That'll be easy to do, and it will look, a little bit better than the way it does now. I don't like windshield tinted. Even if it flew within my state, I probably still wouldn't do it. The other thing that I'm changing about this, and I already have them, is a new set of springs. This has H&R Sports on it, and it's way too low. I mean, I can get a couple fingers on the front and about the same on the back. And the exhaust just hangs really low. I don't live in a state where you want a really low car. I don't want to be dragging this exhaust and hitting it and potentially doing some serious damage to something underneath the car. So I do want to bring the car up some. And instead of the H&R Sports, I plan on doing the H&R Race Springs. I already have a set. I'll throw in a little clip here. This is the set of the H&R Race Springs that I'll be putting in. A couple isolators down there. I'm not sure which ones I'll go with. These are actually the stock ones that came off my first Terminator. These are some aftermarket ones, but it also already has some on the bottoms of the spring too. So I'm not sure which setup I'll go with yet. But if anyone's interested in a set of H&R Sports Springs that I'll be taking off mine, let me know in the comments and maybe we can work something out as far as shipping and price and all that stuff. But I got these really cheap. These are only $240 shipped, so pretty good deal on those. And I'll be putting those on too once the weather gets a little bit warmer and I want to come out here and do stuff before I start driving it. I'll throw it on the quick jacks and do all that stuff to it. Another thing that I want to change on the car, you could see it real quick in one of the previous videos. I wasn't trying to hide it, obviously, because I'm telling you guys about it now. But there's a lot of wear on the driver's side seat, not on the bolster, but on the seat itself. It's got all those little fuzzies all over it. And I thought about just trying to repair it. There's things you can do to correct that. But I'm thinking that I may just get them reupholstered through TMI. And I'm considering doing the parchment interior just because I really love that parchment look with the sonic blue. I would never pass this off as, I think it's 127 sonic blue coupes with parchment. It's like 127, 126, something like that. I would never pass this off as one of those, but I really, really do like the parchment interior. And I also like the charcoal interior that's in the 04s for those seats. So I'm kind of back and forth between the two, between the all black charcoal look or doing the parchment. I haven't really decided. It's possible that I may just buy another set of seats if they become available. There was a parchment set recently on eBay, but it was too much money that I didn't want to spend at the time because I had just gone through the process of buying this and had the trip coming up and everything else. It just wasn't going to work at the time. So if I can't find a pair, either the parchment or the charcoal ones, I may just send them off to TMI and get reupholstered. And I'll do a close-up so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So as you can see, that seat's got a lot of, like, all these fuzzies all through it. And I know you can try to shave them off and do stuff, but Like I said, I'd rather just get the seat redone. And also, the bolster is, in really good shape overall for the age of the car and everything. It's not broken through the leather. Still real good shape. One thing I forgot to mention when I went over all the mods on the car is it does have an aftermarket Pioneer head unit. It was on the list of mods that I put up a screenshot of. And another thing too is it does have Pioneer speakers all through it. It sounds pretty damn good. I haven't really messed around with it too much yet, but it definitely sounds better than the stock system. And I know a lot of people say it doesn't matter because your exhaust and the supercharger line is technically your music with the car, and I agree. There's a lot of times I drove around with my last one with the radio off, just listening to the car itself. But it doesn't mean that I still don't like to have good music to listen to every now and then. And another mod that I've already thrown on the car is I put these hood vents on. These are actually 3D printed ones. And I got these from Chris. You may know Chris from that Dude in Blue channel. He's the one that does all the paint work for him. He's the one that painted some of his cars. And he's the one that has that Terminator Cobra that's painted that off color. I can't remember what the color is actually called, but he 3D printed these and they fit in really, really well. I didn't have to grind away any part of the hood. They have a system on here. Let me get a light on it real quick. So they attach with those screws and it slides into place and you tighten the screws down and it fits really, really well. So there's none of that hood grinding stuff. And they're actually really light because they're 3D printed, so they're not the metal ones. So technically it's weight saving, so my car is faster than people that have the metal ones on it. At least that's my reasoning. One other thing that needs to be addressed on the interior that I need to fix on the car is these clips are bad. This is really common on 99 to 04 cars and probably the 94 to 98 ones as well. These clips just go bad over time and this pops out frequently. And the same thing happened on my last Terminator. So they actually sell these clips individually on LMR. So I'm going to just get a new set of clips so that will stop popping out on me all the time. So then that brings up the power department. What am I going to do power-wise with this car? I mentioned early on in one of the first videos whether I was going to build this to be like a 700 horsepower Cobra or more than like I had last time, or I'm going to do something a little more subdued, a little more tame, a little easier to manage. That's a good way to put it. All honesty, I don't really want to build this for big power. It was great having a 700 to the wheels Cobra. But it brought up a whole bunch of issues that I didn't anticipate before doing the whole project. And I just don't want to really get into that again. I would rather just have something that's a really good street cruiser. It's something really good to drive around in. No drivability issues like I had with the last one. And in all honesty, 500-600 wheel is plenty on these cars. You're going to have so much fun with it. And you'll still take down almost pretty much anything you see on the streets. For the most part, kind of depending on where you live, but at least around here anyway. There is one caveat to all that though. When I get this dynoed, I would really like somewhere 530 to 550. I don't know if you can really get 550 out of the Eaton with it ported. I guess we'll find out. But like I said before, I'm not really sure on how ported that Eaton really is. And if I'm not in the range that I really want to be, I'm stuck with two choices. I can either pull that off and send it off either to Jokers or Stegmeyer and have them ported out even more to get me to where the numbers that I want to be, or I could put a bigger blower on it. But with that being said, I'm not doing anything like a VMP Gen 3R not doing a Whipple 3.0, not doing a Whipple 2.9. If I were to put any other blower on this car at all, the only thing I would do is a Whipple 2.3. A lot of you may be thinking, why not a VMP 2.3? I would love to have a 2.3 VMP on here if I decide to go that route down the road. But the issue is those don't come up for sale very often, and when they do, they are quite pricey compared to a brand new Whipple 2.3. So that's kind of the issue you fall into. I don't want to do a Gen 3R again because you have to bang out the coolant crossover tube or do a coolant crossover delete. That's just getting more and more into the car, doing stuff that I just really don't want to do with it. You put a Whipple 2.3 on there and you don't have to screw with any of that stuff. Where I'm really stuck with as far as doing a Whipple 2.3 is if I can get away with just putting it on and only do injectors, because this car does have the Supercar GT pumps in the back. If I can get away with just those pumps and injectors and be okay fueling wise, that might be an option. I do not want to get into a return fuel system like I did on the last one. Like I said, I want to keep this build more simple, more of what most people would probably build these for. You see tons of Cobras out there with crazy horsepower, 7, 8, 9 plus at the wheels. But there are a lot that are like this, stock Eden, pulleyed or ported pulleyed Eden. And that's more of what I really want with this car. I just want it to handle well, drive well, no drivability issues, and that's really where I am with it. If I can't get away with doing just injectors to upgrade this for the proper fueling, then I don't know if I'll go that route with a 2.3 Whipple. I may just port that Eden out as much as it will go and basically run it like that. It's not a bad setup at all. I'm not opposed to doing that. But I do have to see where the numbers fall on this. Like I said, I would be really good with like 530, 540. I'm hoping with the long tubes and a fully ported Eden, I should be able to do that. But like I said in the other video, I'm not sure just how much that Eden is ported. I don't really know what stage 3 means or who did it or how much more power it's really going to make. So it's really going to depend on the dyno and what I really feel like doing after that. I do appreciate all the new subs. As of recording this video, the only video to come out was when I got this delivered. There is another one that came out after that you guys have already seen, but just for that one video, the sub count went up a lot. So there are a lot of people that really, really like this car. And I appreciate all the new people that are on the channel and everyone that's been here since the Torch Red Terminator. It means a lot to me, everyone that wants to watch me do stupid videos with whatever I do, either standing in my garage or out doing driving stuff. And for those of you that are new, I do a lot of driving videos. I just can't do that now. I'm still in the middle of winter. It's like 25 degrees out right now. It's cold as hell. But that stuff is coming. There's going to be a lot of Eden blower wine videos, just good driving videos, more Cobra talk videos in the car. All that stuff is coming up. It's just I've never done content during the winter time because I've always stacked videos with the other Terminator I had and released them during the winter. They were all recorded during the summertime. I couldn't do that this time. I started from scratch for this getting delivered in the middle of winter. So I'm kind of making content as I go along, but there will be a lot of driving stuff. There will be the spring change, the changing the springs on this, cleaning the wheels up, just general stuff like that. So like I said, I do appreciate everyone here. It really does mean a lot. Everyone that watches the videos, likes, comments, it all means more than you really know. So if you did make it this far in the video, make sure you do leave it a like. It really does help in the algorithm, which seems to have something against automotive content for some reason. The videos don't get pushed as much as they used to. Maybe the color of the Cobra will change that, and maybe this one will do much better than the Terminator did towards the end of when I had it. We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, everyone, thanks for watching.